Opinions of Big Smoke do not represent the opinions.
The ideals and opinions of Signal Flare Studios.
Hey there, Midnighters and Moonlighters. This is your closer-in-chief with the check-in. Tonight's episode was delayed by a series of bugs, both in the system and in the facility. Management would like me to remind everyone of Nightwatch Security Services Employee Handbook, Article 5, Section 3. Any window left open and paused into any of the alternative universes, colloquially known as movies or shows, may cause a thinning of the veil, creating fourth wall containment breaches. For the sake of integrity of this universe, please make sure all movies and shows not being actively observed are closed completely. We're doing our part. Are you? That's all I got for this check-in. I gotta go make sure Jolly Green checks in his flamethrower correctly. But meet us over in the break room after us for tonight's shift, Starships, Bug Hunts, and Body Horror. And hey, if you've ever gotten the chance to close up shop early, but had to do it by flashlight because it was a state-mandated emergency, hit those like and subscribe buttons. This one's for you. Welcome back to Nightwatch, ladies and gentlemen. This is your closer-in-chief here with Big Smoke and Jolly Green.
Hello, hello.
Hey, guys.
And today we're going to be talking about one of our favorite topics, movies.
Oh, yes, movies.
Big Smoke's excited. He's been wanting to talk movies since we started this thing.
Yes, that was the big draw for me, yeah.
I mean, unless you guys want to hear us talk about Star Wars, in which case we'll talk about Star Wars.
Not every damn day. Yeah, we gotta talk about something else.
We'll have to do like a whole, just a sectioned off segment, you know, like the old mandatory Metallica on the old radio station. You know, just a little bit of segment. Like, gotta talk a little bit about Star Wars. But we're talking about movies. Each of us picked a favorite, or at least picked one that we're well versed in, and we're gonna bring it forth to you guys in a little discussion / review segments here. And I think we're gonna start off today with Jolly Green. You're gonna lead us off from the front, sir.
The movie I want to talk about today is Aliens. Yes.
Number 2 movie.
Number 2.
Without a doubt, the best movie of this franchise.
I'm a sucker for military films and military. I think the Brothers in Arms in the Pacific are really good, but A Thin Red Line. I don't know if any of you have watched it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. I would watch the... Uh-oh. This is going to show my age here.
VHS copy.
Yes. Of that, and I would watch it all the time.
You know, Big Smoke was just talking about laser discs last episode.
Yeah, laser.
Gold-plated laser disc.
But yeah, I want to talk about Aliens and how much I just love the whole universe of the Alien franchise and anything connected. Predator, Alien versus Predator.
Yeah, but for right now, we're focusing on the 1986 action horror cult classic.
Yep.
Cultural phenomenon.
Which is Aliens.
Yes.
So
Sigourney Weaver.
Yes.
When she was hot.
So if you had to elevator pitch it to somebody who'd never seen any of the Alien movies before, I know we got a couple of people in the audience that I know personally that have not seen these movies. So,
describe the movies.
Describe the movie.
The movie.
You're talking about the Aliens.
Okay, I'm sorry.
You picked one movie.
I'm excited. I want to talk about
it. You picked up one movie out of a whole franchise. That's kind of on you.
Get it in line. So, Aliens is pretty much, after the first one, I'm pretty sure the spaceship crashes, and maybe not. Is that the plan? The spaceship crashes, or no?
Do you want me to
I think I'm wrong. I honestly think I'm wrong. Okay, on and on and on.
So getting off to a great start.
So the ship that the surviving character from the first movie manages to get away in, it ends up on a drift course and misses its intended target, and they end up finding her ship drifting for, I believe it was 50 or 60 years.
57 years.
Yeah.
57 years.
Because her daughter's old.
Her daughter is back on Earth and has aged, and no longer a little girl anymore. She's now an old woman herself. Very, very Interstellar-esque. And they end up eventually finding her ship and thawing her out and recovering her back into the world.
Oh, so it didn't crash in that world.
It did not crash.
Oh, okay. Well, then there was an engineer ship that ended up it did crash, and there were alien specimens on there. And I'm pretty sure I just watched a thing that says that Weyland-Yutani, the corporation, knew that they was there and purposely sent a transmission to that colony, LZ
219.
I think that might be right on the dot. They end up sending a signal saying you need to go investigate this area, knowing that there is a possible spaceship with possible aliens on it, and in somewhat ways,
LV-426 was the one from the second one.
Ended up purposely affecting the colony, and so the Roughnecks, the Colonial Marines, are called in.
Yes,
and they come down there to figure it out with the help of Ripley, that says they're all fucking stupid for going back there and even trying to do what they're doing.
She was like persona non grata, couldn't get a job.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they took her pilot's license, and
yeah, because she was previously the XO or the second in command of the ship that she was previously on. And whenever everything happened with that whole encounter in the first movie, which highly recommend checking that one out as a classic horror film. That one is.
Yes.
But so she's teamed up with this team of Marines.
Yep, Colonial Marines. They're going down there, and they're gonna.
Now, why are they going down to that planet?
I'm pretty sure.
The company received a kind of a distress signal and call.
Oh yeah.
The man talk.
No, Big Smoke, no.
Not just a reminder.
No spoon feeding. Tell us about the movie.
The distress signal, because of course they ran into the aliens and whatnot, and the colony went dark. And Ripley's like, "Yeah, it went dark because you dumbasses run into some aliens." You know what I mean? And this ain't enough. Well, Colonial Marines, they got plenty, so they go down there to figure it out and reestablish contact with the planet. And what did you say?
Shenanigans.
Yes, shenanigans ensues.
Who's your favorite character? And we can't use Ripley.
Okay. I think. Oh man, is it Hicks, the one that's like, "We're dead, man, we're dead"? No, that's not Hicks. That's
Hudson.
It's Hudson.
Yeah,
he's Hudson. He's Hicks. I'm Hudson.
Yeah. I do like Hicks too.
It literally happens in the movie. Oh my god!
Did you watch this movie?
You see this movie?
Yes.
You picked this movie.
Yes. I will say I haven't watched it in a while, but still.
There we go.
Yeah.
Memory's a little foggy, ladies and gentlemen. Like, comment, and subscribe.
And that is a very good actor that played that. And rest in peace. He ended up passing.
Bill Paxton.
Yes. He is a very good actor.
Only man to have been killed by an alien, a predator, and a Terminator.
Yeah, he was good at dying on screen.
The reason why I picked this movie is because, as I said, I love war movies. I love history about it, and not necessarily war itself. Just I don't know why I like it.
It's military combat, action
yes,
roles,
yes, and just the different. Of course, you have the. Oh man, this is not in the movie, but the ship they come on is like a Saratoga class.
This is battlecruiser.
A battlecruiser, I do believe. Yes.
Yeah.
And of course, all spaceships. I love all spaceships. I love space combat and all that. But just their dropship. That is such a cool design. The folding wings, they unfold it, and it's the rocket launchers, and it looks nasty. You know what I mean? It looks like
they load all these torpedoes.
Yeah.
For what can be considered a bug hunt. It's just we're gonna hunt like.
I think they say that in the movie. This is a bug hunt.
Yeah, it's a bug hunt. Yeah. I really liked that movie. I did.
Mm-hmm.
A little different from why you like it. And I like the whole the hua amongst the actors. They almost seem like an authentic fighting unit. The way they talk, the way they act around each other. I thought that was awesome. But what cracks me up most about it is that there wasn't a lot of them. There was like maybe
it's like 2 fire teams.
Yeah. Maybe a whole squad. That's maybe no alternates, no backup. I mean,
on the big ass ship. Like they fit everybody in one fucking drop shuttle.
Yeah, they got one squad. It was like, okay. I mean, I would think at least 3 companies. We're talking like 26, and 26. There should have been that many, considering what they thought might be out there.
That'd have been a lot more interesting having that many people, and instead of
A
keeping
lot more
character,
dying, at least. Something.
it would be a little bit more action. Instead of keeping these guys alive until certain spots, it would be you would see a lot more.
They spaced out the actors' deaths enough to make it interesting.
Yes.
So that was like I said, I was still in the military when we saw it, and there was a whole bunch of us military groups that got together to see it. Because we heard the word colonial marine. We gotta see how this works out. They had the jargon down. They had the marine echelons mixed up. Like they were colonial marines, but we had a gunnery sergeant. They called him, he was sergeant first class. That's Army and Marine Corps mixed up. That's reversed. Now,
you guys didn't have a first sergeant?
Well, they're sergeant first class, but that's
sergeant first class, not first sergeant.
Yeah, but they're gunnery sergeants. Right. The same rank. It looks the same, but the terms are different. Yeah. And I was like, okay, somebody didn't have a professional advisor saying, "Hey, look, now this is Fugazi." That's not what they're called, but it didn't matter. They had a lot of the camaraderie, the shit talking. They had all that down.
It's too damn bad, Vasquez.
Yeah, there was.
You ever been confused for a man?
Yeah, no, you. There were people like Vasquez. There were chicks who were just uber hard, and then there definitely were a lot of Hicks. There were a lot of people like Hicks out there. Just
a lot of Hudsons.
Yeah, and there were corporals that were like in charge of that particular small group of people. But they mixed it all up. It was okay. It was a movie match.
Well, Hicks and Hudson were the 2 corporals, weren't they? If I remember correctly?
No. Hicks was not a corporal.
Well, Hicks was
the only corporal was Hudson. No. Hicks was a private. He was a private.
No. Corporal Dwayne Hicks.
Get out of here.
Told you.
Corporal Hicks?
Come at me.
Yeah, you got your phone.
Let's go fact check.
The magic.
That's not like an idiot on the internet. Come on.
Sorry. There's no way. Like I said, they got it mixed up. The reason I thought Hicks was a private is because that's how they treated him. You can't treat a corporal like they were treating Hicks. You can't just, especially not a civilian. A civilian can't bark at a corporal and he just does it. Right. He had limp dick energy. He was used to taking orders.
I mean, to be fair, it was Apone leading that whole fucking squad, man. Apone was the...
Well, like I said, but once
he was a badass, right? He'd come in out there fucking chewing on a cigar fresh out of fucking deep
exactly.
I was going to make the joke and say there's another actor in there, a really good one, Sergeant Johnson. From the beloved Halo series. Oh god, and you gotta love that.
Well, he was a Spartan 1, wasn't he?
I think we went into this
Johnson.
before.
Yeah,
Johnson was a Spartan 1.
He also was in the Orion Project, which was like the very first installment of them trying to make a super soldier.
Yeah. But like I said,
it's back to aliens.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I could have gone to the end.
Yeah, so
Hey, listen, you talk about colonial marines. It's going to happen.
But look, but once you took Apone out, it went straight to shit. It went straight to Hudson. Hicks wasn't even a candidate. It was like immediately like, hey, this is a military operation, and I think Corporal Hicks is the ranking officer. No one said jack about Hicks.
Well, I mean, Hudson was just the loudmouth out of the group. He was the if they're both corporals, which I'm pretty sure they are, but I'm gonna look at this up. Hicks, Corporal Hicks, and then Hudson. Don't tell me they don't list his. I don't know. Hudson's private first class.
There we go. See,
so Hudson's private first class. Yeah. Hicks was in charge.
Hicks was in charge. Oh, I had it backwards.
Yeah.
Hicks was in charge. Hudson was the BITCH in that scenario. He was not in charge, but he was really good at his job. He was good once you got him out of crying over everything.
Yeah, he had that initial bravado. He was, like I said, he was the loudmouth out there.
Yeah, he's a loudmouth joker.
Yeah. Took nothing seriously.
Don't take him seriously. But you give him a job to do, he could do it. after all the panicking and shit.
It's game over, man. Go wire up the explosives in the fucking turrets.
Yeah.
Go seal that door shut. Yes, sir. Yeah. I can do that. Yeah.
This sucks, man. 4 more weeks and out. I'm gonna buy it on this rock. I mean, he was great because I remember when I closed my eyes, I could superimpose his face on at least 3 guys who just made life interesting when I was in country, and that's exactly what it was. The rest of them barely a blip on my radar, barely, because they mixed so much. Like they had a pilot and a gunner.
Mm-hmm.
They were both Marines, but you barely saw anything from them except when they died.
Yeah.
Well, the shuttle pilot.
Yeah, the pilot.
She stayed with the shuttle. That was her job.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like she was technically proficient. Okay.
If I remember correctly, the pilot was out doing circle runs to check for any survivors.
Exactly. But they did an off-site landing. Those things. You're not supposed to meet contact with the ground. Why? Because the enemy can get on board. You gotta take a number one. You better be doing it from the dropship, bomber bay out in the open. Pee out in the sky. Hope we're going, with the wind instead of against it. If so what? You're gonna get it on your pants. You don't land. And then he takes his leak. He comes back. He noticed something that was not with the program. He knew his gun should have been already out. You're in a combat zone.
They do that in every movie too. What is that? The slime? They're like, oh, what the hell?
He's like,
is that?
Hey, there's something. And she's like, get up here. He's like, okay. I'm like, no. Hey, bitch, there's something on this ship that shouldn't be here. His gun should have been out. He shouldn't have been off the damn ship in the first place. The damn ship shouldn't have been on the ground. I was like, okay. And it wasn't just me. All of us were doing this. What the fuck are they doing on the ground? Why the fuck is the bomb bay open and he's out 10 yards? If he was going to, all right, even if you're going to say he should be off the ship, he shouldn't be out of eyesight or earshot of the ship with the bay door open.
That shit just piss off the ramp,
you got 2 hands. One hand has the pistol, other hand has on Mr. Happy taking a leak.
One on the pistol, one on the rifle.
Yeah. One on my rifle, one on my gun. And we're doing business and being happy at the same time. But just stupid rookie mistakes that a well-organized group, I should say a well-organized small group, shouldn't have that problem.
Yeah. But again, you have to have that suspension of disbelief. Yeah, that's why you don't let Marines go watch aliens.
Like I say, all that stuff had to go out the window. Especially the big part. I want you to take all the ammo, except for the flamethrowers, and the rest of you go into a very hostile environment, unarmed. Marines were screaming all throughout the movie theater. That lieutenant would have been shot.
Yeah.
He would have been what they call like a off-site frag. He would have accidentally, fallen on 4 or 5 grenades. There's no way.
We don't know what happened to LT, man. He rounded a corner and the fucking bugs got him.
All of a sudden, there's these bright flashes of lights and boom, boom, boom. And there was a piece of LT over here and a piece of LT over there. We don't know what happened. There
was bugs all over him, man. We just kept shooting and shooting. The bugs kept moving out of the way.
The fact that Abe Holmes said, yeah, we're going to do that. Paul would have said, you can stick it up your ass. There's no way.
LT wasn't even on the ground. He was still back in the fucking ground vehicle.
Look, you can stick it up your ass. We're not going in here blind. And the guy was like, yeah, what are we supposed to do? Use harsh language? I'm like, no, we're gonna. And like the only 2 who were like hard dick fire pisses was Vasquez and the other guy. Like that's it.
Other guy. I love how we never remember his fucking name, but the other machine gunner.
Never remember his name.
That quote, they're like, don't shoot in here, and they're like, oh, what the fuck? And he pulls out the old Mossberg or whatever that was. You know what I mean?
Keep this for close encounters.
Yeah, I keep this for the close encounters.
Screw that. These cats getting shot.
Yeah.
And then okay, they kept unit cohesion right up until they get in the nest. It's like everybody's like, okay, yeah, they were okay. It's in a dark cavernous area. Okay, back to back, or at least close to back to back. You can see this guy. He can see you. You can see the guy behind you can see you, and he can see the other guys. They get out there, and all of a sudden, everybody's going to split up. Nah, it's just like the worst haunted house movie. We can't get out. We should split up.
I was gonna say, yeah, they get into the dangerous part. You know, his body's hung everywhere. Not in the movie, but their body's hung everywhere. We should split up.
Yeah, we should
split up. Maybe when you get out of the craft or something.
There's an evil entity in the house trying to get us. We should split up. This is why black people aren't in horror movies. It's like, split up? No.
Hell no.
Haunted house? Don't go in. End of the movie. Roll credits.
Yeah.
So they split up. Motherfuckers start dying.
Drake was the other machine gunner.
Yeah, we don't care. Yeah. It's like, look, the only thing that really interests me is that, like, okay, maybe Drake was dicking down Vasquez, but then I don't know. Somehow I get the idea that he was friend zoned, and they were just buddies.
I don't know,
which is cool.
Yeah,
which is cool. That happens. That's why remembering Drake isn't that important to me.
Yeah, he's on.
And he died. He died because he
was the guy on the door.
No, he was too far in the rear. He was covering the rear, but he was too far away from everybody.
Yeah, they didn't have overlapping fire.
Yeah.
Well, and like I said, he was the last man through the door, and the one alien fucking threw the hand through the door, kept it from closing. They fucking reached through and shot it, and the blood sprayed back in through the. He got hit with backlash.
Yeah, and got Hudson.
Back spray.
And got Hudson.
No, he got Drake.
Oh, you're talking about when he got Drake. When Drake got hit. Well, she shot the other one. She shot it because Drake was shooting, and then he gets flanked because they all ran like runaway slaves, and they left his ass behind.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're supposed to be like
overlapping field of fire.
A tactical retreat. You're supposed to be like within view of the guy who's shooting in front of you. So he gets to come back, you're shooting. And then you get to come back, he's shooting.
Just flip-flop it.
They ran like
every man for their self.
Yeah, it was like every 5 to 10 seconds, one of them would randomly stop to turn and round and shoot.
Cover the other one, yeah.
And they ran, and he was just backing up, and he was way behind. And then he ran out of ammo. Now, to his credit, the only reason he ran out of ammo is because they gave up the first 2 clips. They gave them up. And she had extra clips. That was made Vasquez so hardcore.
Yeah.
This chick not only had a couple clips, she had extra.
Well, I don't think they were magazines. They were some kind of firing control mechanism.
It was the smart guns, they were using.
It doesn't matter. He didn't have any.
Right.
She had 2.
Right. 2 extras.
2 extra. After giving up hers, she had 2 more. Where was Drake's? He's like sitting there with Mr. Happy in his hand. He wasn't.
Especially being a machine gunner. You can't, normal days, you can't have that much
ammo
on you. But them little things, I'd be stuffing them everywhere. I know I'm going to blow through so many bullets,
So when Drake took a hit, he was way back there shooting off his flamethrower. He gets flanked. He only got flanked because they were already in the APC. They were, and then aliens here, and Drake is here.
Mm.
So when she shot this guy, all of that assy blood flew on him, and that sucked because, like I said, he thought he was gonna make it. He didn't make it. he became alien food.
Yeah. But yeah, the reason why I fell in love with that film is just the equipment they use. I don't know about the APC. The APC, in my opinion, was a little. I don't know. It was a little.
If I remember correctly, that's an actual vehicle that they used to haul around the space shuttle.
I don't know what it was. I didn't.
I don't know. What do you mean? I like to haul around.
I never looked at the behind the scenes.
I don't think it is. I think it's an actual APC because it has a big gun on top. It has like the little.
That's not a real. No, it's part of something, and they just hybridized it. Okay, because like even the rifle, I think the rifle is an actual working module. They just put a lot of extra crap on the top of it
to make it look.
Yeah, to make it.
Not to bring it back down to Star Wars, but that's a lot of the.
No, it's in the notes. We cannot talk about.
Oh, is it?
Now, if you want Fifth Element, that gun that he shoots in the example or the demo to the other alien guys, that thing actually has a working model AK-47 built inside of it, which is a bunch of other shit piled on top of it. So
that's what they did. But come on, man.
ATT-77. The donor vehicle chosen was a 4-wheel drive, 4-wheel steering, 635 horsepower Hunslet air towing tractor used for towing aircraft acquired from
okay. So I thought you were talking about in the universe that was used to carry on.
No.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah. Well, that's just the designs. I like the designs. APC, but hey, Chrome don't get you home. If that thing's a beast and does what it needs to do, I don't give a fuck how it looks. You know what I mean?
Saying. I've never heard that one before. That's,
what?
Chrome don't get you home.
Yeah, Chrome don't get you home, man. And them bitches, Rusty, as long as them wheels move, hey, it gets you home.
I'm not saying that the vehicle didn't look awesome. I mean, it did.
Just
wait, but what
he's saying it didn't look awesome.
Yeah, I don't think it looked. But like I said, who cares if it's gonna.
I've driven in a few APCs. They're not the most comfortable vehicles.
No, fuck no.
But they will get you there.
Yep.
They will get you there. But what I did not like about the APC is that I really wanted to see that big old giant turret.
Yes.
That's what I want.
Yes.
If they had been running their asses and there was a whole bunch of aliens chasing them and they just turned that turret on them.
Yes.
Okay.
They should have done a scene when Big
Smoke would have been, oh my God.
When they were getting out of there
awesome.
And they finally closed the door, it should have been that they really started pouring into that cavern and they were like, get on the...
They hit They broke it.
Well, and it's not a horror movie if everything that could go wrong doesn't start immediately going wrong all at once. You know what I mean?
But you want the military equipment to work.
Yeah.
Like I said, it comes down to good storytelling, good writing.
Everything military in that freaking movie broke down through misadventure. Everything.
Well, all right. So through misadventure, sure, that sucks. But I don't know how often you had working equipment all the time, but
No, but I've always had a backup if something broke. Okay, the M41s all ran out of ammo or destroyed in the APC. Remember I told you if the ship ever got damaged to the point where it was sinking, we had to throw the ammo out. Okay, there's no what happened in Aliens. What happened? They had no ammo. Well, we got this one here. It works, but it's only got half the fuel in it. And this one I don't know about. Yeah. We got all these automatic sentries. We got one with fully loaded. We can't find all the ammo for the same. It was the same thing. And I hate to think of it in that military terms, but I'm like, holy crap. I mean, if anything, they should have had at least one 9mm weapon or one 10mm weapon, and they should have had ammo that you would go into muscle failure before you'd run out.
They weren't prepared for the job.
They just weren't prepared. They didn't have enough people, and they definitely didn't have enough ammo.
Who the fuck was the major or the major equivalent up on board that fucking ship that sent that squad down that didn't have them prepared, not only for ground-based fighting, but also for close quarters combat, around power generators, when the whole reason the company paid to send the Marines out there was because they wanted to protect their assets and investments and the nuclear power generator for the terraformers.
Yeah, you knew what was all there. It wasn't like you were absolutely going in completely blind. You knew that you possibly could be going into the generator, that whole big area where you can't shoot. You should have known it's a colony. You're going to go into some tight quarters.
Starting to notice I might have a problem when it comes to corporate stupidity.
Like I said, if you could suspend disbelief, and that's a lot of suspension. There's a lot of suspension. The movie is excellent,
and what really makes up for all of it is that it's a very fun movie.
Yeah,
you can suspend the disbelief because it's a fun movie.
Like as I was saying, the equipment, I every bit, the pulse rifles, the smart,
smart
guns. The smart guns. I really like the sentry turrets. I thought those were so cool.
If you like all that, have you played Aliens Fireteam Elite?
Oh my God, that is so much fun.
Yes, yeah, it
you
is.
You could set up a
turret. I was always
I
think the engineer because you can set up them turrets. Yes,
you set up a turret to scan an area, and if anything walks in that area, gets shot. And if you're not fast enough, you get shot to death. That's what. We started getting like really crazy because if you can figure out where they're going to come from, you don't even set the turret up directly in front. You set the turret off at a 45-degree angle.
overlapping field of fire, you just shred through shit.
We were wiping out entire columns of people because they come running out and they get shot from one spot, and so they run over to this spot over here to the opposite away from that fire and run straight into another turret.
No, Big Smoke. We're talking about video games right now.
Yes. I know that's wrong. Back to the movie. Back to the movie.
I'm going to take a quick break, and I think we're going to wrap up the segment here. We're going to move on to Big Smokes when we come back. All right, so we're piling back in from our break here, and we are good on aliens. We got a little more to say about
aliens. Let's go. We beat that dead horse.
I don't think we're done yet, Big Smoke.
We haven't even covered Bishop. How awesome Bishop was as a character. We didn't even touch the fucking android.
Yeah.
Okay, we can keep going. Lance Henriksen. Hell, man, the dude he's very long in the tooth. Nothing he does is bad.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So when they made him the synthetic, yeah. I mean,
oh man, we're gonna reverse it back to the ship, and he's like doing the 5-finger fillet, and then he's like, he does like a million there. That guy's like, oh.
Yeah, dude doing it at supersonic speeds. Yeah. I mean, just a graze, you're cutting the finger off.
Right.
But I mean, I like the whole idea of the synthetics, but as they always constantly prove, except for him.
Yeah, as I say, he was the only one that was a good.
Yeah, he was a good guy. I mean, he wasn't like you're programmed, to serve the Yulin Waitani, masters. I mean, he was actually for the team.
Yeah, he was no Ash who had the fucking strict orders to take out the crew and get the alien specimen back to Earth.
No matter what, above all. Yeah,
sacrifice the crew if necessary.
Yep.
Yeah. Prometheus and Alien
David,
Covenant.
David, man.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Walter was like a pale substitute to David. And Walter was a newer model and still got his ass whooped.
I so thought that was Walter. I really did. And then as he's putting the ice on her, you know what I mean? And she's like,
he's looking down
at
her.
She's like, Walter? And he just smiles and goes, shh. And it's like, nah.
Damn, dude, just go to sleep, baby. It's gonna be all right.
We're gonna take a little ride.
We're gonna have a lot of fun in the man. That fool.
And then even the new one, Romulus.
Oh yeah.
They had the good robot who had the
he wasn't updated.
Yeah, he was the older model, and then whenever he got the upgrade, and he got
he switched sides.
Yeah, he got real bad real quick, And then,
dude, and I got hats off to that guy, whoever that cat was, because he was a convincing, like, slow, dim-witted good guy to, like, I'm on top of the world, and I gives no crap about you guys. It's all about the company, baby.
David Johnson.
Yeah, he was awesome. He was very convincing. The movie I did not like at all.
No, God, no. But we're not talking about that.
Yeah, we're not talking about that movie. Back to Aliens.
But Bishop was amazing.
Bishop was amazing.
I mean,
sacrifice himself.
Yeah. God, dude.
Get ripped in half by the alien queen, and which first introduction scene of the alien queen was in that one.
Yeah.
And that famous line of "Get your hands off her, you bitch!"
Yeah,
wham! Big old mech versus giant alien.
Yeah, and that scene was that whole fight scene, except for the ending. They could have done a better job with the ending. Okay, look, this thing is super strong. It's able to lift up ton grates by the fingertips.
Yeah, top of the mech loader.
Yeah, it grabs her by the foot. And she's gonna shake off her shoe, and the alien just loses his. What the fried persimmon are we talking about here?
Shake off her shoe.
She's hanging on by her elbow. Who knows how much this alien weighs? It's got her by the pinky toe, and she just wiggles her foot, and away the alien goes. Nah. I'm sorry, I can't. There wasn't enough beer. There's no way I can go, what the hell? Nah, that's not going to work for me, player. And then she crawls up through vacuum. gets all the way to the top, shuts the main hatch. No one's suffocating. I mean,
there's still plenty of air in the ship.
Okay.
No. Okay, so
no scientists here.
This is the issue. This is the mistake you're making, right?
Oh, what am I making?
They weren't in vacuum. The airlock was open, and so all of the air from the ship was rushing out through the airlock.
Right.
So they were still in an oxygenated environment. All the air was still moving through the space. In fact, it's not the vacuum that's pulling you out of the ship. It's all that air pressure and that wind that's blowing you through.
Going out.
Yeah. So that's...
Did you see them double scissor hands? Or them double...
I call this the spear tip.
He said, fuck the knife hands. Spear tip.
Okay, look. I've read a whole bunch of various versions of science fiction. It's like whenever... Okay, in every science fiction book where it concerns like a breach in the hull or a vacuum escape or anything like that, there's always like the main hatch. There's always someone getting sucked out of a hatch or whatever.
It's explosive decompression.
Explosive decompression. Okay, but what happens right after that? The secondary doors in the next block of the ship closes,
right? Because
they don't want all that air to get sucked out.
Right.
Okay. Because if all that air gets sucked out, there's no matter how much like compensators, buffers, or anything you got in there. Once the air is gone,
right? There's nothing to clean.
There's nothing to clean. Everybody suffocates. So there was like 10, 15 seconds of her crawling out, crawling out. Now, if anything, that main hatch door should have closed. Yeah. Everything on that ship was automated.
I think there was a quick little flash during the fight where the part that does that got damaged. So
I'm not buying it. This is a battle cruiser. This is a battle cruiser. Like I said, watch this movie way too many times with too many active personnel going, what the hell is that?
As a former aircraft maintainer, I can tell you there are a lot of fragile parts even on what should withstand.
Look, I'm sorry.
Listen, when you have to take into consideration the weight of the paint job, and you can only spray so many millimeters of thickness because otherwise wind resistance will snag and rip off sections of paneling and crash that jet.
I didn't even know that.
Because of the speeds that they travel and the size of.
I get that, but what year are we talking about here on this show? On this movie? It's got to be the 24th, 25th,
21, 21, 22.
21, 22?
I think that might be Star Trek.
What year are we talking? Regardless of that, this is way too much in the future. I don't give a crap about no millimeter of paint. We're talking about aliens crawling outside.
Yeah, a 1-ton autoloader versus a 5-ton fucking alien queen. A handle got damaged that keeps a fucking airlock from closing automatically.
You guys want to keep the whole idea that the airlock should be open? Fine. Okay, the airlock stays open.
I'll concede.
Yeah, fine. People should have been sucking vacuum. They should have been breathing. There shouldn't have been any air left in this place. But okay. I think we beat this horse to death.
Now we've reached the end of the movie. Still one of our favorite movies.
Still my favorite movie.
If we didn't care that much about the movie, we wouldn't be this passionate about it.
Hey, look, I like the movie.
All right, Big Smoke, what movie you got for us?
John Carpenter's The Thing, 1985.
Sticking around the same year, 1986, 1985.
Great movie. And what gets me more about that movie is that it really closely resembles how a group of grown men will act in a situation like this.
Yeah.
We got a master impersonator amongst the people, and his main defense is catching you by yourself, taking you over, and posing itself as you so it can get to the rest of the people in the group. Greatest thing. And we weren't supposed to watch it. I was 15 years old. We weren't supposed to be able to see this movie, but we had some guy pose as our guardian. They let us in the movie to watch it. Because back then, they actually cared about who was under 18 watching these scary-ass movies.
Mm-hmm.
So we went to see this movie. It was me and like half the neighborhood. We were all sitting there watching the movie. And the first scene is the dog running across the tundra in the middle of snow. Now, most of us we all had dogs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everybody's like, oh man, they're shooting at the dog. Man, who the fuck is these people shooting at the dog? Everybody get all excited because they're shooting at the dog, right? And it doesn't occur to a bunch of 15-year-olds is, why the hell are they shooting at this dog? And why is this dog running across vast amounts of snow? It's like, it didn't dawn on us. And then when they get to the other camp and they're still chasing the dog and having absolutely no care about what they're shooting, I was like, that's when it first hit me. I'm like, something's wrong with that dog.
Right. What kills me, real quick, just to cut in, I've heard from people that speak Swedish. They said the movie's completely ruined because if you understand Swedish, you know
right away.
Yeah, they're screaming, "That's not a dog! That's not a dog!
It looks like a dog. Yeah,
it looks like a dog. It's not a dog."
Yeah, because when we were like a couple of years later, when I went to freaking Japan, they had the Swedish subtitles, the English subtitles when they was in Sweden. It's Swedish, and it says that, and I was like, "Holy crap!" Because you're right. If you saw that subtitle, you'd know right away. Oh crap, it's the dog. But they don't tell you that.
Yeah, they don't give you subtitles.
They don't give you that. Oh God! But you did. Well, I started suspecting the dog the first time the dog was just sitting there watching them get on the helicopter and fly out. The hat was totally ridiculous. That sombrero, the curls they got, Kurt Russell wearing, totally ridiculous. Everybody was laughing their asses off. I was like, why is this fool wearing a sombrero out in the middle, out in the tundra?
Same reason I wore Hawaiian shirts up in Alaska.
Yeah, but it was a good theme, right? It was a good theme. And then they see all the crazy crap at this other campsite, and then they go, "Well, all this weird shit. Wow, that's chilling. Ooh, that's really suspect. Let's back that up and take it back to our camp." The whole camp is all burned up or half burned.
I want whatever happened here back where we can be comfortable.
At the very least, this is like the bad case of syphilis. I don't want to bring this to my house.
Something bad happened here. I want to go sit down in my lounge, my lazy boy, and figure this out.
It just reminded me of those jokes. It's like me as an empath. Something happened here. Surrounded by dead bodies and flames.
Maybe I should not make love to this woman. If something smells a little off downstairs, I really should not go through with it. But nope, we're gonna wrap this sucker up in blankets and we're gonna take it back. And they start feeling all over it. It was like, dude, this thing's got like the face is sliding off. What? Don't put your hands on, and the gloves don't even go like. And as I'm 15 years old, so I didn't even think this. Like, dude, this. But even at 15, I'm going, dude, your gloves, you're getting blood all over your forearm. Oh, don't stick your hands in. Oh, dude. And then, of course, that first night, and the first victim, or is it the second one? If you really want to go, the first victim that actually got caught, you don't even know. You see the shadow, but you don't know who it is. No. I guessed right that it was Palmer, but everybody else was thinking it was Clark. And I'm like, yeah, it's Palmer. It's got to be. Look at the hair on that fool. Now, it turns out, like I found out behind the scenes, it wasn't any of them. They just put some random extra up there to throw everybody off so you wouldn't be able to guess. I just guessed that it was Palmer. I had no evidence of why it was Palmer. And
because they had a fucked up haircut.
Yeah, but the way he imitated Palmer, he even knocked out one of the other aliens. He's like, "Hey man, you got to be kidding me!" When the alien was running down the street and they had to shoot it. Oh, dude, that's like,
because it was like all one big not a hive mind, but like
just every little piece of it was an alien.
Yeah,
every little piece. So like, if it sneezed on me and it got into my system somehow, it would slowly take me over because it would be imitating every cell in my body. Yeah. Like that one guy, he got licked by the dog in the beginning, and it didn't get him until like halfway through the movie.
Right. It was only that little bit from
saliva. Took that cat over. He has like, it looked like a heart attack, but basically it was just complete and taking him over. Mm-hmm. And then homeboy Doc, his poor ass, tried to do CPR.
Oh my gosh, yes.
They got his arms ripped off for his trouble,
I think that's the first really fucked up scene you see in that movie, I'm pretty sure. I might be wrong.
Yeah. I mean, alien-wise, yeah.
Yeah.
because that whole cavity just caves in.
Yeah,
and it's just maw.
Yeah.
No, maybe that's not the mess. I mean, that's not the first messed up. The first messed up part was when they put it in the kennel. They put the dog in the kennel with the other dogs, and it started to eat the dogs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, I think he means like the first real on screen
fuck yeah.
horror.
And as being a younger person and seeing that one night was like, yeah, we'll try it, and just thinking like, I mean, this is kind of scary, but I don't know what's going on. And he's like 1, 2, and that, like you said, just opens up and takes him out. I raised up out of my seat and was like, holy shit!
Yeah, and you really don't get that with CGI effects anymore. I mean, practical effects really just still have a place in cinema, and that. They will catch you off guard. If
everyone talks about Jurassic Park like that. Like that is I think that is peak. CGI a little bit, but you really need to have some actual physical effects. You know what I mean? People in prosthetics, or you know what I mean?
Yeah. That dude stuck his hands in that maw, and them arms came up, and he's sitting there screaming. He's not only did it come after him, it shot up, and it is like another piece of it that's on the ceiling. Looking angry at them, and then, oh crap! And then they shot that, and then they forgot about the lower piece on the ground. And the head comes off. Like, oh, and then that
starts scuttling around.
It turns into another piece of the thing and runs it off. And oh shit! My best part is when they were all tied to the couch.
Yes.
They were all tied to the couch, and they were all testing the hot plate to everything. And then they were talking shit to the one dude, and it turns out it was Palmer. And then,
if I remember correct, he screams, doesn't he? When he did that stuff,
they're tied with the thing, and they're like, get me out of there! Everybody, let me loose, God! And they're like, so everybody's like waiting for the last guy. He got 4 guns waiting on the last guy, and he's like, I know you guys have gone through a lot, but I'd rather not spend the rest of this winter tied to this fucking couch. That was, man. And they're just like, he's alive. Everybody thought he was the thing too. They're like, he's alive. He's not the thing. And everybody thought it was him. And like, we never did find out who actually got to that blood. You never find out. Like, they were going to do a blood test. And then, of course, the thing got to the blood before everybody else. And you don't know because it wasn't Doc. He got his arms chopped off. But it wasn't the other guy who chopped off Doc's arms. So it had to be Palmer. But you never find out who happens. And then Glasses, Fuchs, he gets killed off camera. You don't even know what happened to him. Everybody, what really got my juices flowing about this movie is that everybody was pointing fingers at everybody else.
And like you said, exactly how when stuff like that and no one knows, it could be anyone. Just like this rumor here, anyone could be the killer. How fast that, we're pretty close. How fast, I don't care how close you are, if it's family, how fast that pointing fingers, like, you know what I mean? How fast it breaks down.
Yeah, that one coronary dude, he's like, we're all doomed. So I'm gonna brush this place up so nobody else can get out. Breaks the helicopters, breaks the tracks, kills all the dogs, destroys the radio room, turns his gun on people, and then their best example for him was they stuck his ass out by himself, and at some point the thing got in there and got him.
Now I'm getting a little ahead of myself here, but the helicopter and them 2 dudes going after the dog, was that in the first movie you said? Or was that the end of the movie?
No, that's the first thing.
Is there a part in the end of the movie that happens?
No. In the sequel, they show you how the Swedes started chasing them.
Because the sequel was a prequel.
Yeah, it was a prequel. Yeah. Prequel. Yeah, but the way they did it was they kind of ran it to like.
I got them confused. Yeah, that was a prequel. Like you said, I got confused.
Well, because the post-credits scene in the prequel was literally the
shooting scene.
And that's what I was saying.
Shot for shot, or if it was just they repasted the fucking the opening of the
they did show a little bit of that thing, but they did show him shooting at the dog, and
I'm pretty sure you can understand. Can you understand them in the original?
Yeah, they do it in English.
In the prequel, they do it in English.
They do it in English in the prequel.
I thought it was Swedish. They did it in.
No, they do it in English. No. And what's messed up is like there's another ship. Mm-hmm. There's not just the one ship that they blew up. There's another ship out there And yeah. It's like it's convoluted. They were thinking about making a third movie, but I'm like, they kind of messed up the second movie.
I was about to say, if they're going to do it right, and then they never do. No one ever does it. No.
They messed it up. It was entertaining. It was like the colors were brighter and shinier, and the CGI looked kind of garbage to me.
Yeah.
That was a little bit, but I do like the scene where I think he falls to the ground and the other guy gets on top of him.
Yeah,
and he morphs in. That was a really good.
Yeah, that was a slidey face one where they finally killed it. Yeah, because it just kind of just lays on top of him and sucks him up. And like, oh,
yeah, it's really creepy.
Yeah. How it came out of the snow, they dug it up. Right, they cut the frame out. And it got too warm, and that sucker broke out like freaking like a jailbreak. And blam!
Shooting up through the roof.
Yeah, and just start taking over.
I was confused on that one. Yeah, the prequel, it's in English, but in the old movie, which timeline, the prequel comes first, and then the old movie, they're talking in Swedish. I thought that was such a good, because you can understand, because they're all Swedish.
Yeah.
In the prequel, but of course it's going to be English, so we can understand as a listener. But then in the older movie, which they just kind of lined that up perfectly.
Yeah, when he's trying to kill a dog, and then
they're talking Swedish, and then it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And they're talking Swedish, and no one knows what the fuck they're saying. And then I think the guy raises his gun, or his hostilities ensue, and then because they can't understand him.
Yeah.
I thought that was a really good.
That was a great part.
That was a good on the filmmakers that they did that to connect the two together perfectly.
But what's so messed up is like if you ever watch that movie overseas, they give you a subtitle translation of what that guy is saying to them when the dog is licking that guy.
Which sucks.
He goes, "No, don't do that. Get away. It looks like a dog, but it's not a dog." And then he just, "You idiots!" Blah 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 blah. And I was like, "Oh shit, that's." He was like, "I'm going to kill all of you now because the dog has infected a lot of you, so I'm going to just have to kill everybody." Of course, he gets his brains blown out, But yeah, he goes out like a champ. He tries.
One of my favorite bits, because they did riff tracks, like Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Okay.
Those guys, they went on to do a thing called riff tracks, where they put out just the audio and you can sync it up over top of the movie, and then that way they could do licensed movies. And so they did one for The Thing and the prequel. And they get to that bit where he's like chasing the thing around with an axe, with the fire axe and everything, and he like slams in the wall and then just leaves it there. He's like, "I'm just gonna leave this here for the sequel."
Yeah. And of course the ending is excellent. Of course, Styles, big black guy, Keith David, doesn't die in the movie. Hey man. He gets,
I love Keith David, man. Keith David was awesome.
Yeah, he comes out and he's like, yeah. He has a reasonable explanation of why he was not with the group, and the group went like kamikaze on the camp. No one believes him. Nobody in my group believes him. Like, yeah, he's a thing. Shoot him. But, Kurt Russell's tired. And they basically share a drink. Okay, now.
That's just the two of us left.
Yeah.
One of us is the thing.
One of us or both of us is the thing. He's like, hey. He goes, well, what are we going to do? He's like, why don't we just wait here and see what happens? Pass you this little J&B. Have a drinky poo with me. Now, if I think you're the thing, ain't no hell in way I'm going to suck lips on a bottle that you've been having your lips on.
Right.
Yeah.
But he takes it and he drinks from it. And then cue the ominous music. And it's like, and they show you the burning camp. And then that's like the movie ends. Everybody, what? That's it? That's it?
Yeah, because by that point, there's no way out. There's nobody coming for him.
Yeah.
There's no way to get a hold of anybody to come for him. There's not enough supplies to last. And if you're not the thing, and the thing is still sitting right there beside you, you're not fucking getting away. Yeah, that's just gonna fucking go out. One last drink, and it's sayonara.
We fought forever. Some of us even went back the next week to watch the movie again. And we start to notice certain things. Like when Styles gets lost in the storm, he's wearing a totally different bodysuit than the one he is when he's at the end of the movie.
Shit.
He's wearing a different suit. Now, from the really weird guys like myself who watched it four times over the course of a month, I noticed that same bodysuit that he's wearing at the end of the movie is the same bodysuit that was in the hallway when Kurt Russell's character broke in through the supply room. It's the exact same suit, but it took me 4 times to actually notice it. it's just the movie itself is genius.
Yes.
And it didn't make any money when it came out. It was considered a flop.
Which is a shame.
But now it's considered a cult classic. People quote shit from that movie, and it's like, and they're like too young to have actually seen it when it came out. I'm like, Jesus. But that's all I have to say about that movie. I mean, we still have to get to your movie. The Chief. I think I've said enough.
Oh yeah, again, just a really great movie, absolutely phenomenal. If you haven't seen it, find it and watch it.
Not the 1959 version, the 1985.
Yeah,
same name, kind of the same premise, different movie altogether.
I love movies that, like you said, have the little subtle. You got to watch it 4 times to really get it, and it's like, holy shit!
Yeah.
It's like you're watching it brand new.
I used up like almost. I wouldn't say at least 2 weeks of my paper route money watching it. Yeah, I kept going back to see it. I'm like, this movie is just it's incredible. But Kurt Russell movies, I actually liked him as an actor. But enough that
yes.
Get to you there, Chief. What we got?
All right, so a movie I'm bringing to the table for discussion tonight is Starship Troopers. One of my favorites, maybe not quite as classically known as The Thing and Aliens, but I mean,
infinitely more common.
I do believe it as a cult classic, though.
For sure.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because again, it was another one that was technically considered. I don't know if it was necessarily a flop in theaters, but it was one of those ones where they definitely spent a good bit on the budget. I mean, the CGI throughout that movie and the amount of people they had packed in that thing. I mean, I'd have to look at the numbers, but for those who haven't seen the movie, the premise is that there is this Federation in the future. Basically, Earth has expanded out into the stars, much like any other sci-fi movie, and they have found this insectoid race that is extremely hostile, and they aren't just dumb bugs. These things are absolutely fucking massive bugs. I mean, one drone is like the size of a tank, and our guys are out there on the ground using regular fucking rifles and trying to fight these things. And anyone who's ever tried to dabble in home-based pest control, you don't fight just one bug. It's thousands or millions of bugs, especially whenever they take the fight to the bug homeworld. There's actually an a galactic war front against these bugs, because the bugs spread to other planets by riding asteroids out. And they're able to survive through the vacuum of space in these like hollowed out asteroids, and they impact on the planets and they start spawning and spreading.
Yeah, they use the artillery bugs too to throw meteors at, which starts the whole. Yeah.
Well, so the Federation plants in the propaganda that there's an asteroid impact in the beginning of the movie. The main character is from this I think is it Rio de Janeiro? No, where is it? Buenos Aires. Buenos Aires is where they're from. And then that town ends up getting hit by a meteor, and a bunch of humans die. A massive cataclysmic event. And it's basically seen as a WMD being launched by the bugs. They're like, they're throwing rocks at our home world, and they hit us. It's time to bring the fight back to the bugs. And so, big push war effort. And I mean, I've never read the book, but I do know that the popular theory, or the main theory of the movie, is that you have this kind of fascist regime of humanity in order to sustain itself in this, colonization process of the galaxy, and they run very heavily on propaganda.
Yeah, if you read the book, you get lost very quickly, because it doesn't. I think the only thing they really gather from the book is that it's called Starship Troopers. The rest of it is like, wait a minute, that's not even close to it. And that's the problem I have with a lot of times where I read the book and I've watched the movie, and it's like not the same.
One of the big ones for me was The Running Man.
Running Man, that was a disappointment. The book is a hell of a lot better. The book is
very good.
Yeah, the book is insane.
And the movie, to borrow a term from you, is craptastic.
Yeah. I mean, that's just popcorn movie. That's all that is.
Yep.
Unfortunately.
And like you said, they ride heavily on the propaganda, because I love them little commercials they do. You doing your part, and it's like, click here to learn more. And then it does a little click, and then there's kids stomping on the bugs, or they're doing
giving kids ammo.
That, or they're the one where they're teaching them, like, Marines need to know how to kill these. You shoot them in the leg, he can still move. You have to shoot him in the sensory organ and right at the
Sever
tip
the
of the beak.
brainstem,
Yeah, the brainstem, right at the
back
base of the beak. Yeah.
You shoot them here, they're 75% still combat effective.
I just love that. Click here to learn more. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Would you like to know more?
Oh yeah, they definitely. Yeah.
And like I said, this the propaganda elements are fantastic, fun little filler bits, and it tells this nice flowing story. But the main character, Johnny Rico, like I said, he's a fucking generic futurist sci-fi sports ball player, right? Yeah, he goes and all of his friends are either deciding to either go into the military or they're going to college. And this girl that he's in love with, played by Denise Richards, she decides she's going to go to the academy and she's going to become a pilot. Mm-hmm. And Rico, he's not smart enough for the academy.
Not even close.
His test scores, he barely qualifies.
Barely graduated high school.
He qualifies for enlisted, and so that's what he decides to do. And his parents are very wealthy, and they're like, hey, don't like because of your dad's government job, you're able to get citizenship in just a couple of years. Just work with him. And like, no, I want to earn my citizenship myself. And I'm gonna go enlisted, and he runs off to join the infantry, and the group
what's messed up is that he's talking to them on the phone.
When they got
wiped out. I'm like, oh crap!
Yeah, he's talking to him on video phone, and then you just
shadow
see
hits. What is that?
What is that? And then it goes all staticky, and then a couple of minutes later, it's like Buenos Aires just got hit. We're going to war.
I think those are called. I call the Colonial Marines Roughnecks. I don't remember if it's them that call themselves Roughnecks or if it's the aliens.
It's Rico's Roughnecks, man.
Roughnecks was a squad or a company that was there, and it was his old philosophy teacher, or no, it was a civics teacher.
Civics teacher, yeah.
It was a civics teacher, and this cat didn't have an arm.
Yeah.
No,
he was beating people with the stump, with the stump, and then now he's got this prosthetic.
Scaring the shit out of people.
He's got this prosthetic. He's like, hey, you better do your job, or I'll shoot you myself.
So the Starship Troopers are Roughnecks. Is that what I'm?
Well, that company was.
I was confused. I thought maybe I got them mixed up.
So it all comes from our actual Marines. Their nickname is Leathernecks.
Yeah, the Leathernecks. Yep.
Which little real world trivia? You know where the term Leathernecks comes from?
It's the neck guard that the Royal Marines used to wear because
I did not know.
When they fought other combatants, the favorite tactic to kill you was a saber slash to your throat.
Really?
It's the overhand saber slash, and they cut your throat. So you'd wear these really thick, hardened leather bindings around the neck area and the back of your neck, because if they sever your spine or
you're not.
Yeah, you're out.
So they used to. That's why our collars on the original weapons, the dress uniform, which are quite uncomfortable, they're like that, and they call you Leatherneck. That's to protect you from dying.
See, I didn't know that. Is cool.
Yeah, but so back to the couple hundred years in the future.
Sorry, yeah.
All right, it's what we do. No need to apologize here.
Who are Marines are the best?
Oh man! What do you want to live forever? Come on!
Suddenly, my back is straight, and I can't explain why.
The few, the proud.
Oh yes, sir.
But oh Christ! All right, I get way off track and getting distracted here.
Actually, no, we're good.
No, I am. I'm getting scatterbrained. I'm like flashing through the entire movie, just like reliving the whole thing, like Vision clapping his hands around. Just re-downloading the whole movie in like 30 seconds. But yeah, so they go to take the fight to the bugs, and you just start learning some really fucked up shit that these bugs are doing, because again, it's not just drones. They're not just regular bugs. They've got brain bugs. They've got artillery bugs, which look like these giant beetles that are launching plasma balls out of the back of them, like artillery. Accurately, as artillery,
knocking capital ships out of the sky.
Which I don't think the air, whatever the ships. I think they said like it's not accurate. You know what I mean? And then they get through and they're like, "This is extremely fucking accurate."
They're like 85% casualty rates right now.
It's right out of the fucking sky.
It's and like I said, you just have like a couple 100,000 guys down on the ground level that are fighting millions of bugs, and they're at it with assault rifles and hand grenades. It's rough.
They did the Russian version of they're just gonna throw bodies at it.
Yeah. Oh, the nuke launchers. I want to call them a mini nuke launcher, but I mean, pretty same thing. But it's that
like a handheld nuke launcher device.
That first ground assault, the little guys came up there and they were just throwing bodies, and they caved at the sight of the enemy.
Yeah.
And one guy was in charge, and all of a sudden Rico goes, "Kill them all!" Everybody shoot. I'm like, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. And man, quickly they got outflanked, and those bugs just started chewing people for lunch.
The
reporter.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah.
I'm glad we're all on the same page. Yeah, that combat reporter is just filming the whole thing, running through, everybody's panicking, and Bug shows up right there.
It's a dirty war. It is a violent war.
Oh my God, that was the worst part of that. I'm like,
actively the soldiers retreating, and he's just sitting there like, this is normal. I'm gonna get the scoop on this.
Combat reporters, man, they went real heavy into that in that movie Civil War, where it's just wartime reporters, man. Their whole thing is like they're gonna film, they're gonna capture everything that they can, and yeah, they did a really good job of that actually in that movie. I think, yeah, it definitely added a lot of like the drama, and then it cuts over to like back at the academy. Oh, I'm gonna learn how to fly the spaceship.
Yeah.
It accidentally clips an asteroid that gets steered off course that goes hurtling towards Earth in Buenos Aires, and then you find out, like you said, you watch the movie a couple of times, you start picking up on details like, oh shit, yeah, that asteroid that they just clipped and got sent off course.
That's their fault.
That's the fucking asteroid that impacted Buenos Aires. So the Federation's like, oh, we can pretend that there was this training accident,
that it was an attack,
or
yeah.
Those bugs have oil. And WMDs.
It's like, what did you guys do to make these suckers hurl a meteorite at the freaking Earth? No, we kind of bounced off a meteorite and it hit Earth, But that's not as sexy as saying that the bad guys did it.
Right.
I mean,
kind of like the Mexican-American War, we went over on their side and pissed them off and they shot us. And then, of course, we came back and was like, look, 5 good Americans dead. You know what I mean? We're going in.
Hey, man, look, when the Mexican army took Alamo.
Never forget.
They
never forget.
Killed every last one of them bugs. But we killed a hell of a lot more of them.
Shit, yeah.
Because we simply did not give up. What was it? One little stone freaking masonry area, and they bombarded that shit, and we had basically pebbles to throw back at them, And we killed a lot of them, and it was very Pyrrhic.
It was extremely
Pyrrhic. Yeah, they beat us down, but we made it to the point where they were like, okay, we better go back south, far south.
Run.
Yeah, and not long after that, the entire United States Army was hot on their heels.
Santa
chased them all the way down to Mexico City. You know how much, have you ever looked at the map? Mexico is a huge swath of land. And we chased their happy asses all the way to the southern border. And just killing and murdering the entire way.
Which is a real fun thing. I was saying Santa Ana, the Napoleon of the West.
Yeah. Oh shit! Hey, we're off course. The movie.
No, let me say this.
Real quick.
Fun fact that they were talking about the artillery of the Mexicans. They were still had a way that they still kind of moved it around by hand or not very well, and there was numerous Mexican army reports that say we would see the American artillery on the hill to the east. They would shoot us, and we had a perfect way of lumbering it up, up to horses and moving that. They would think that we have multiple batteries positioned in multiple positions. We didn't. We just had one battery. They would hit them, and then they would move around and be like, we're not in a good position anymore. Lumber up, take it all the way to over another hill, and they thought they were so fast. They were like, holy shit, they got so much artillery. And it wasn't. It was just how good we have gotten that artillery to get it on horses and moving around so fast.
And was reciting in so accurately, so quickly.
Yes,
too.
Yes. Putting it down and unlumber. Yep. Now.
I'm pretty sure that's where shoot and move came from. But okay, I get it. But back to the movie.
So like you're fond of saying, our boy Rico, he was simping real hard for that pilot check for Denise Goodrich character, and she just left him high and dry.
Did him dirty.
Look at this sexy, flight instructor that I'm gonna, have this nice little fling with. We'll stay in touch while I go to the academy and you go enlisted, and then starts banging almost every other dude that she sees out there, man.
That's the college story that every high schoolers should know about.
Mm-hmm.
If she's going to college, your relationship is over.
Oh.
It's over. I don't care if it's a Catholic college.
But then we got our fiery little redhead, good old Dizzy, and
who is simping for him.
It was simping for him. It has been because they all went to school together.
Yeah.
You know? And so, they're the childhood friends that just never got together because she's got that tomboy streak in her, and that just wasn't his type because he was the college, jock, and he was after the cheerleader. But, meanwhile, that I said, man, fiery little redhead. I got all of them. But, yeah.
That part where the commanding, the guy with the one arm comes into the tent and he catches him in there, getting down, and he's like, oh, and they're like, yeah, sorry, whatever, and he's like, as you were,
as you go, make that 20 minutes. You're like, yeah, dude. They're like, right on.
For me, it was the loyalty, even whenever she was simping hard, but like, it was more than that. You don't go into a fucking combat zone for somebody over simping, man.
I mean, to the end, I think she says, I love you, just as she
bled out in agony.
In his arms, yeah.
Yeah, the wrong one, the wrong person that love triangle died, man.
Never should have happened. Suspension of disbelief. I swear to God, suspension. I mean, from the rafters kind of suspension. Because all that training. She does the one rookie move that you should not do.
Turn your back on the enemy.
Turned her back on the enemy.
Yeah.
That's like, oh my, what the hell? And it's like, and the really messed up part was like, that sucker had 2 hooks in her, and these dudes are shooting at it, and they can't, and like, we had a training video in the middle. Hey, don't shoot this fool in the face. Shoot his butt in his nervous bundle to kill him. What do? Everybody is shooting this sucker in the face, and it's like, it's so much pain, but I still got your butt here, dangling from my hooks.
Yeah, because he's got like these massive fucking praying mantis blade arms.
Folks, you couldn't see it, but Big Smoke's little praying mantis maneuver with his arms. That was pretty.
Probably the T-Rex from that one cartoon, Meet the Robinsons. They got a big head, little arms.
And seriously,
but yeah, no, I think it had just one big fucking claw right through her chest. It's just like spluttering blood out. I still love you, Rico.
Yeah, hey, you can talk.
Dies in his arms.
Yeah,
man.
You can talk all that shit. Somebody should have had a med pack and plugged them big ass holes in you.
Right.
Oh my God.
Where's your classic sci-fi expanding foam / anticoagulant / fucking
it makes
sterilization foam?
It makes you bad that no one had a Band-Aid. Nobody has shit.
What is that Mass Effect biogel?
Yeah, the biogel.
Where the hell is the biogel?
That biogel was something, right? That sucker works. Just stick it in the body cavity. It's just gonna gum up everything, make it everything gonna be all right for a little while.
Yeah, it's gonna sterilize. It's gonna seal up. It's gonna coagulate. It's gonna fucking vacuum seal. It's gonna.
Yeah, these guys are walking around with weapons and stuff, but nobody seems to have anything to like mitigate injuries.
It's a meat grinder, man.
They just threw bodies at the stuff. Like that one dude that got snatched up by that flying bug.
Yeah,
and that bug just basically was just torturing homeboy, and then homeboy comes up and it just shoots the guy. Doesn't shoot the bug.
Shoots the guy, puts him out of his misery.
I'm thinking maybe you could have shot the bug and saved the guy. No.
Oh, but then he would have dropped like 40, 50 feet and crippled one.
No, he took that guy to the edge of a hill, landed him on the hill, and started stabbing him.
Oh, yeah.
He shot the guy. He didn't shoot the bug.
He's like, I expect you to do the same.
I was about to say, the commander says, I expect everyone to do the same for me when the situation happens.
Sure enough, later on in that movie, man, fucking Chekhov's
he does.
Throwaway line.
He's like, do it.
Do it, Rico. They're yours now.
Yeah.
Fucking... Yeah, shoots him and
they get off
drag
ship.
him on.
Yeah, they get off ship. See, it's like the stupidity of that. It's I swear to God, it all reminded me of Russian tactics. We just go throw people at it. That one dude got on top of the back of that bug and was shooting into the ass of that bug. And then he's gonna drop a grenade on the ass of the bug. He dropped it in the slush after he shot the shit out of the bug. It's like, okay, we got things called rocket grenade launchers. You could have done that with a rocket grenade launcher. And it's just one guy. Where the rest of you bucks?
And they were mean some bitches too. Them bugs. I mean, I think the one scene the two dudes try to run, and it hits them with that flame. I mean, I don't.
Oh yeah,
acid,
and they had like some kind of like acid fucking
arm
sprayer.
came off of that guy.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's some hot shit.
Right.
Oh.
What they call them, tank bugs?
Something like that. Yeah. They were like another armored beetle variant that was spraying fucking flammable acid all over the goddamn place. It was a fucking. It was like a bio napalm sprayer. You know, it was.
They're pretty effective.
So. They were, yeah. It was taking out people in droves, man. But
I said, that fight for attrition was like the bugs were beating the crap out of us. It was like, oh god, man. Like, okay, and then
then upper command's finally like, maybe we should start making more strategic about this. You know, more surgical strikes. You know,
I was like, maybe.
These bugs aren't just regular animals, man. Something's leading these things.
And you got all these cruisers getting shot out of the sky. It's like, okay, from this low worker bee personality, I'm going. Maybe we should have like bombarded the surface before,
right? Soften them up a bit.
Yeah. We'll pepper them up. Just pepper them up a little bit before we go down.
Like, you've got ships, right? If you've got spaceships, you have a plethora of ammunition. I promise you. So just fucking orbital bombardment. Just nuke it from orbit. It's the only way to be sure, man.
Fuck it, I'm like, God, dude, just do it.
Shock and awe.
But like I said, and then like, of course, like at the end of the movie, they're like, we're gonna fight, and we're gonna win. And like, I don't really see that happening. Not the way, not you know.
Unless you got some like other planets that are just like resort worlds, and people are just pumping out babies left, right, and center. You know, you're not keeping up with clutches of.
I like the cheers. You know, they touches him or whatever, and he's like, he's scared. You know what I mean? And they all cheer. It's like,
we haven't even mentioned that part. So Neil Patrick Harris is in this movie, ladies.
Yeah,
he's another one of the high school buddies of the original trio that goes off to war. But he's got psychic abilities. They never really explain in the movie. They just show him being real good at. He can talk to his ferret, and he's able to guess those cards by reading somebody's mind and shit. You know, and so he goes off to a different like. Black Ops research facility,
the special school.
Yeah, and he learns how to do all that shit, and so he comes out looking like a proper officer, you know, all done up with the
no smiling. Yeah. I don't work for you. Yeah, you work for me.
But very fascist officer, you know, but very trim and proper. And he shows up like a complete and utter just fucking asshole. But like the guy who knows he's an asshole for good reason, and it's like. Yeah, because it's like the commissars in Warhammer 40K, man. Like he says, shoot that guy, you're getting fucking shot, you know. But
does someone need some inspiration?
but so they find out that there's brain bugs, right? So they had found one of their compounds had gotten hit by bugs, and they go inside, and they're not all eaten or torn apart. It's a hole punched into the head of each of the guys that are in this listening post. And so they figure out that there's something sucking the brains out of these guys and gathering intel that way. So they're not even interrogating people to get answers. They're just taking the answers, man. They get everything. And so they realize that there's brain bugs that are leading the other bugs through this hive mind connection, the signal wave or whatever. And so they trace it back and they find out where the brain bug is at. And so they make this plan. They're gonna fucking run this play just like this football game or this weird alternative football game. And they've got a handheld mini nuke like you were talking about before. It was about the size of a football, and they're gonna fucking run this fucking nuke into this cave, and they're gonna blow up the nest, and they're gonna take out the brain bug, and they're gonna cut the head off the snake. And then you find out, of course, that that's not the only brain bug. There's thousands.
There's a whole bunch of them.
A whole network across the whole galaxy of these things.
What's funny is they barely caught that brain bug because when they threatened it. The other little mini bugs, like the chariots, they picked that sucker up and ran. And then the other bugs said, "Nah, player, now what? Now what? That didn't work." And we had to do a tactical retreat, and then of course, black guy was sacrificed. And That's right. Black guy died. Didn't have to die. Well, no, he got cut up. And instead of with the nuke on countdown, and I'm just gonna shoot people until I go boom boom. Yeah, he wasn't the smartest. He wasn't the smartest guy in the group either. He was kind of weird. But the black guy died. That's all I got to say about that. He died. He should have died. Hollywood, I hate you.
Yeah, so they drag this brain bug out, and you get psychic Neil Patrick Harris goes up, places his hand on the brain bug, and it's like, yeah, this thing's fucking scared. And
we're losing the war, but this motherfucker's scared. That's
that's right. They fucking basically castrated the thing. It's like it has this the proboscis that it was sucking the brains out with, and they like ripped that off of it.
Well, Flight girl, after her boyfriend gets sucked dry. It was going to come to her, and she cut it off with the knife.
That's what it was. Yeah.
She gets stabbed through the shoulder. There was kind of a mild enjoyment with that. She didn't die, though. Dizzy dies. She doesn't die. And on top of everything else, Rico was still pining for her. Dumbass that he is.
He's got those roughnecks to lead now.
Yeah, I mean,
so he dies, or they find somebody better.
Good movie. It's a good popcorn movie.
Definitely good. Popcorn.
Yes,
good popcorn movie. I just can't bring myself to like it. I mean,
really, you don't like the movie?
Okay,
you don't like fun movies.
Okay, I let me put it,
because we get into this argument every time. You think a good movie has to be like this masterpiece, well written, well documented. Every character is perfect. The music has to be perfect. A movie can just be a fun movie.
No, it don't.
What'd you think of John Wick?
Oh, come on, John Wick.
Is it a good movie?
You want this channel to survive? No one can talk against John.
Do you want the smoke, Big Chief?
I think it's a very contrived movie, and all the characters are very two-dimensional. But it's a fun movie. Okay. It's awesome watching Keanu Reeves' fucking movie.
Okay, look.
So yes, you can be critical about a thing.
Okay. I loved John Wick right up until they put the bag over his head.
Okay.
That was stupid.
Yep, they should not have let him live after that.
Yeah, they should have shot him like a dog that he was. He shouldn't have never got caught. He allowed himself to get caught. And then, okay, another thing. When the good guy, who is obviously about to die, talks crap about how he's going to kill everybody as they're wrapping the bag around your head, you have no shits to talk.
No.
You're going to die. And, of course, the excellent William Dafoe, he saves his life with a few well-placed shots. And he saved his ass earlier in the movie, too, with a well-placed shot. There's a couple of times where John Wick should have been dead as a doornail, but he was saved by William Dafoe, who had nobody to back his ass up.
He was the backup.
But he does the backup without actually saying, "Hey, look, I'm on your side there, John. Let's take these suckers out together." No, he thinks he's gonna be able to go home after committing such treasonous actions, and they're waiting for him. Now, he ain't got it like John Wick. Dies like a punk. I mean, he goes out like a champ, but he dies like a punk. I mean, he shouldn't have went back home. Okay.
But so you see what I mean. You love this movie, but you have critiques.
I hate overt stupidity.
Well, okay. I mean, the whole movie is going back to Starship Troopers. The whole movie is supposed to be this parody and shining a spotlight on fascism and fascist ideals and stuff.
Which part does he say? "Get up, samurai"?
That's
I know.
Cyberpunk 2077.
I know.
I'll fight you, Jolly.
Jolly.
When we eventually get our video game episode.
Jolly.
Sorry, I get confused. I forgot what episode he's on.
Oh my god!
But so, Starship Troopers, I think it's a really good movie.
I think it's a really good.
It's a really fun
too.
movie.
Yeah.
Yes, there's a lot of things that go wrong with it because
weak.
It has
You're
to
all
be
being weak.
It isn't a blockbuster hit, you know what I mean?
No,
like,
it was a flop.
But it's a cult classic.
But it is a cult classic, and I do like it.
But
Also, one more last little fun trivia fact from my own little special interest itch. The armor, the body armor that the soldiers wear, they reuse in one of my other favorite shows, Firefly.
Yes, they do.
Yep, the purple belly armor that the Alliance soldiers wear in that show. Mm-hmm. It's they pulled the Starship Troopers uniforms right off the rack and basically spray painted them up a little bit, and that's what they wear.
Really?
No. Hey man, when you've got Hollywood warehouses full of just all the old props and shit that they don't throw away, they hoard like they're poor.
They hoard it, and some of the
and of course in my head
sells it on eBay.
Yeah, and of course my head is well, hey, use that money to do better in the the graphics department or the CGI department. No, they just line their pockets with it. But that would be smart.
Straight into the cocaine budget.
Yeah, that cocaine. I mean, how are we supposed to make all these good movies without our cocaine?
I'm just picturing the end of Starship Troopers. They finally finish filming the movie, and they pack all the armor suits up in a crate, and then some guy hauls it off like the end of Indiana Jones into a warehouse.
As it pans out.
I would love to get into one of those prop warehouses just to see, man. Like I've seen some documentaries that kind of hint at some of this stuff, and it's man. I mean, I bet it's so well neatly organized and categorized, all the stuff that's still there.
They got stuff from like the Wizard of Oz,
1930s.
All those like little Lilliputian uniforms and stuff. Remember some guys saying they got this
that movie was so dark when you hear of all the stuff that happened in it.
Oh yeah, all this stuff.
Oh my lord,
people dying on set,
and then showing it in the background. I mean, the paints they used that were lead and made people sick or horribly disfigured them. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff.
Topic for discussion for another time. But so that's our three movies. Movies in particular you'd like us to discuss. We'll watch them, and we'll make Jolly watch them, and we'll discuss them and give our honest opinions and reviews.
Jolly right next to us and say, "Watch this."
What is that movie where he gets and tapes his eyes open in the wheelchair?
In the wheelchair.
Yeah, and then sets him afire and throws him down the road, and he's on fire in the wheelchair going down the road. What is that?
That's a Red Dragon.
Is that Red Dragon? It's an old-ish movie.
Not that old. Well, the remake is not that old, but the original is that old.
They like force him to watch something. They staple his eyes open or something.
Well, the classic scene is Clockwork Orange, where they have the clip things that are like hooked into his eyes, and pried open, and force him to watch the.
But he's in a wheelchair, right?
Yeah, but he was being psychologically controlled to hate sexual activity of any kind.
Yeah,
but that's different. We're talking about Red Dragon, the guy who preceded freaking Hannibal Lecter.
But folks, Hannibal
Lecter helped catch that guy.
That is what we'll do. We will sit me down and we will staple or clothespin or something with my eyes to keep them open, and we are going to.
Yeah, it's kind of like, hey, dude, I need you to do this. Cool, I got you. And he doesn't do it. So it's like, yeah, we got to sit you right down. Turn the TV on. Turn the channel to the movie we want you to watch. Click the movie, say play. And, don't turn your head. Watch this.
Maybe I'll dip into the Signal Flare Studios budget a little bit, and maybe I'll get the Netflix and a couple more movie channels to get me going. You know what I mean?
Or you can borrow one of your girlfriend's friend's account and have them give you the password.
Yeah,
no, don't. That's wrong.
Yeah,
honestly, that's against the law. Yeah.
Signal Flare Studios does not condone the activity of piracy.
Like and comment and subscribe.
The opinions of Big Smoke do not dictate or
the opinions of Big Smoke do not represent the opinions.
The ideals and opinions of Signal Flare Studios.
Yeah, Big Smoke. Who are you talking to? You, Big Smoke.
Was that a throwaway Jurassic Park reference?
I didn't even get it.
Yeah. You never watched the movie.
I know he's seen Jurassic Park.
I love Jurassic Park.
In the beginning, when he's talking about the cloning technology, he's like, well, hello, Dr.
Yeah, when he's like, oh, hello, John. Oh, hello, John. Yeah. Oh, man.
That's really good. Sometimes you're like 2 or 3 steps behind it.
It's so late. I'm still... I'm seeing shadow people.
Okay, yes.
With that, folks, we're going to go ahead and wrap up tonight's episode. Thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Yes, absolutely. It was fun. It was fun.
We'll see you on the next shift.
Be safe, guys.
Aloha.
All right, time to empty out the mop bucket, run the trash, and hit the lights. Go get off my time clock, and be safe getting home.